Hello. I'm trying to find, let's see, okay, so right there, I got this passage prepared, and then up here, I want to start with this. God says, what does it mean to pursue the truth? Answer, to view people and things and to conduct oneself and act wholly according to God's words with the truth as one's criterion. Amen. So that is the definition of pursuing the truth. So it's like the way you view everything, the way you conduct yourself, the way you practice. Your ideology, principles, and nature all conform to God's words and the truth. The way you understand God's arrangements, the way you understand every situation being God's arrangements. You understand, and your knowledge, your understanding, it comes from God's words, right? All right. So there's that passage. And then I've got some words right here. So God says, what topic did we fellowship on our last gathering? Why men must pursue the truth. After we finished fellowshipping, I gave you a homework topic. What was it? How to pursue the truth. Have you contemplated on this topic? God, I've contemplated on it a little. When it comes to how to pursue the truth, it is about examining our revelations of corruption and corrupt dispositions in all the people, events, and things that we encounter each day, and then seeking the truth to resolve these issues. At the same time, the performance of a duty touches on certain principles, so we must seek relevant truths to understand how to act according to these principles when we are approaching different duties. That is another way that pursuing the truth is practiced. So for one thing, seeking the truth in one's daily life, and for another, by seeking the truth principles while doing one's duty. Are there any other aspects of this pursuit? This should not be a difficult topic, should it? I lost my place because I looked up for a second. Did you contemplate on how to pursue the truth? How did you contemplate it? Contemplating on this topic should entail spending a certain amount of time thinking about it, and then making notes on the knowledge gained through that contemplation. If you only take a quick look at it and think about it a little, but do not spend time or energy on it, or think about it carefully, this is not contemplation. All right, let's listen to some other examples that brothers and sisters give. Oh, they don't have more examples. Okay. But we heard their examples, so seeking the correct principles in your duty, examining the corrupt dispositions of different people. Let's see if God agrees with this method for how to pursue the truth, right? And spoiler alert, but he doesn't necessarily, right? I mean, maybe that's part of it, but we'll see what he says. So God says, aside from the few methods you have listed, I've gone into more detail and summarized two methods for how to pursue the truth. One method is letting go. Is this simple? It is simple. This is neither abstract nor complicated. It is also easy to remember and easy to understand. Of course, practicing it may involve a certain level of difficulty. You see, this method is much simpler than the ones you brought up. What you said was just a stack of theories. They seem lofty and deep, and of course, there's a concrete side to them, but they are much more complicated than what I just told you. The first method is letting go, and the second is dedicating. Just these two methods, 3 words in total. People can understand them just by looking at them, and people know how to practice them without fellowshipping about them. They are also easy to remember. What is the first method? Letting go. The second, dedicating. You see, are they not simple? They are simple. They are much more succinct than what you said. What is this called? This is called being incisive. Does using fewer words necessarily mean that something is incisive? It doesn't. Whether or not something is incisive is unimportant. What is crucial is whether the key point is being made and whether it is functional when people put it into practice. Amen. They say, let go and let God. That's very true. That's part of pursuing the truth, but, people have to actually do it. People say let go and let God, but then they don't practice it, right? Rarely do people practice those words. And it's because not enough emphasis has been placed upon it. Like we haven't stressed the importance of letting go enough. And of course, dedicating is very important. And that's not mentioned, in this world. Like people talk about dedicating to a spouse or whatever, dedicating to family, dedicating to the country. But when do we hear about dedicating to God, So yeah, it's important to let go. And I notice when I let go of marriage, like God arranged Brandy in my life, and of course I dedicate myself to God, and I notice the more I dedicate myself to God, the closer I feel to Him, the more I love Him, and the happier I am, So letting go and dedicating, those are two fundamental practices of pursuing the truth, Amen. All right. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. I've experienced with letting go and dedicating. I've experienced with those practices of pursuing the truth. So, I can help you guys out with the practice, and you can send me a private message, and we can talk. I'm more than happy to give out my number so we can talk on the phone, But if you think, you understand it and you're ready to put it into practice and you don't need fellowship on it, then that's even better, but all right. May God's will be done in all of your lives. Sorry to end so abruptly. God bless and goodbye.